Welcome to Stuff Weekly, your weekly recap about the Stuff ecosystem. The last update was just a few days ago, so I'm just doing a small, short video to catch up, and then we get back to the normal rhythm of one video every weekend. So let's get right into it. Let's start with the mints. Quite a lot of mints this week, starting with the Souls of Black Folk from the Banned series. Sold out. Wonderful. How is it doing on secondary? Wow, 40 for ADA. So even higher than public price. Very good. So this looks like it's working. Banned series, around 300 copies. Looks like maybe the right parameters to sell out. We had also the Jungle audiobook in the Banned audiobook series. This one didn't do as well. It's still minting, 400 copies total, and yeah, around half sold out. I guess it's not just such a popular book, and well, the ebook already exists, so maybe people don't want to own both. Because think about it, if you buy books to read them or listen to them, what are you gonna do with an audiobook version and an ebook version? You may read the ebook or listen to the audiobook, but you're not gonna read once and then listen afterwards. Where I can see the argument is if you want to rent them when the lending system is put in place in the book ecosystem. So you lend your books or ebooks, audiobooks, and you get a portion of the token rewards that the person consuming the book should get. So I can see this argument maybe. Alright, and this one didn't sell out yet, but we had something that did sell out, which was Bambi, part of the Wildlife series. It's been a while. Bambi, 454 copies, and sold out same day, because I think super classic, everyone knows it, and super friendly price. 13 ADA if you held a Gutenberg Bible, just $5. And on secondary we are 21 ADA, and best offer 15. So basically, if you had a cover you didn't like, you can dump it at collection offer and get your money back if you got it at a discount. So yep, pretty good to see if the title is there, if the price point is right, if it's a classic, then there is demand. And then we had a lot of books about IT, which were minted. Let's take this one. And here you will see, well, it's not 13 ADA, it's 65, 22 USD. So different price range, definitely. And if you look, so 300 copies, if you look at how many sold, this one is 0. This one token here is the royalty token, so it's not even a book. So like, who the hell reads PCI DSS version 4.0? I don't even know what that means. Guide to the payment card industry, data security standard. It seems super niche. And some people may wonder what's the point of having all those books that are so specialized, especially in IT, where books, especially the ones related to some certification, they're usually valid like a year, because then you get new standards, you get new updates. So what would make sense is, okay, you get that book, and when it gets updated next year or something like that, you can swap. That would be cool, because then it's just buying a subscription to a topic, and you want to be a subject matter expert, so you buy this book and you swap it every year or so. That I can see. But with the current audience of book.io, I mean, there may be some IT folks in there, and yeah, they may buy the book, but I think it's just going to be a handful at this stage. Just FYI, when it comes to price, may seem a bit high, but I looked at that one up on Amazon, and it's the same price. I mean, 1 cent cheaper. So no, it makes sense here. I don't know how the publisher does it, But if they communicate to their audience and tells them, hey, you have the book, $22 on Kindle, Amazon, or $22 on book, but on book you own it, you can resell it, maybe. I'm not sure if the publisher is doing anything about it. If you scroll down and you look at the details, you actually can see who the publisher is. You can see this book is from 2024, so it's very current. And if we check this IT governance publishing, we can see we had 2 books before, Cybersecurity Handbook and an education in service management. They didn't sell out, the policy was locked, so I'm actually not sure how many of those went out. Wow, this one was 99 ADA at public price. Oh wow, wow, surprised here, more than 200 copies, so alright. So there may be some interest, or maybe because it was the first one. Okay, but now, something like to take the counter perspective. Okay, you have maybe 14, 15 IT books that have been released. Probably they sold a couple of copies each. And some people may see that as a failure. It's a bit of a strong word, but it makes sense. They didn't sell out. But this is Web3 mentality. If you think about going into a bookstore and hey, you are looking for a book that was released maybe a month ago or something like that, and imagine it's sold out, yeah, you're gonna think, yeah, it's a good book, but I cannot buy it, so what's the point? I feel like those books are, first of all, super niche, super specialized. The book.io audience is doesn't include this kind of IT professionals yet. So we have it on the shelves, but we don't have the people coming in. It's just a matter of time. I think the value proposition is very good. Buy on Kindle, don't own it, or buy here and own it. I would be curious about this swapping possibility once the book is updated, would be cool. But what this shows is that the publisher, who minted 2 books before, is doubling down with book.io. And that is positive. I mean, think about it. I go back to the cybersecurity one. It was 350 books. They didn't sell out. And no, they didn't think like, oh, it was a flop and let's give up on book. No, for them, those numbers were enough to go at it again with even more books. And I think this is positive. It reflects a good relationship with the publisher. The publisher believes in it. And I want to believe that IT professionals there may be a bit more, cross coverage or overlap with the crypto community. So not sold out now, may never be sold out, very niche, but good that we have publishers who believe in book, good to have more books on the bookshelves, and also good exercise for book.io to do those bulk mints with like 14, 15 books at once. There's probably a lot of automation behind this and make sure that everything works well, because down the line it's not 15 books a day we're gonna get, it's gonna be much more. So that was it for the mints. Then if we go to X, what happened this week, not much. It's kind of mint related. It's a Stag Alliance book is coming next week, and we had a space with them on Discord. It's a Web3 project, a mix of Web3 and Web2 actually, and they really go deep into the collectability aspect of the NFTs. We can see here this infographics. Okay, you have the book, you get ADA earnings, collectible, gamification, true digital ownership, yes, ecosystem perks, entertaining, yes, it is a book, and airdrops. Looks like be able to use the NFT in the ecosystem to earn stuff. Not stuff token, to earn ADA in that case, some airdrops, etc. And I really appreciate that they go super hard on it. The community seems hyped, I believe it will be 1,000 copies, which I don't know the price point yet, but 1,000 seems a bit high to me. So I don't know the size of the community. I'm sure maybe like 500 would sell out. I'm pretty confident about that. The full 1,000, not sure. But yeah, it depends all the perks they will give to the book. I really like the idea that you can take the book and you can use it in the ecosystem. They talked about some gaming at some point, and something that would be very cool is that imagine you buy a book, and depending on the cover you have, maybe there's a specific monster, creator, or hero on it, and then depending on what you have on the cover, then you have it in the game. I think that would be pretty slick. The first thought I had when they talked about it was spell books. It's very, Dungeon and Dragon type of thing, RPG. Imagine you have the book, the fantasy book, and then you play the game, and somehow it becomes your spell book in the game and gives you access to some spells. I think that's pretty neat. Not saying they're gonna do that, but you see how you can... the fact that the book is an NFT, is on the blockchain, can unlock other uses. And the more utility you add to the book, the more likely it is to go up in value. In any case, Stag Alliance, I guess, pretty hyped mint. They seem to have a very strong community, and the author and the I don't know how to say, chief marketing officer, they both put a lot of thought into this, and looking forward to it. May grab some, because they describe it as a mashup between Game of Thrones and Lord of the Rings. So if you like pure fantasy, that's the thing. Looks like this one in particular is not to set up the world, how it looks like, but it's on Amazon and it has really high reviews. So definitely a good product which is coming up our way. And then we had this tweet by Guillermo, the CTO, the vice president of engineering of Stuff, showing this. You know what is this? Is the lines of code that they did. I have absolutely no context, but apparently they write a lot of code. So good to see, and question, what are they working on now that the token bridge is out? What's next? Is it the marketplace? Also, there was some alpha. I will need to retrieve it on Discord, but just trust me, bro. The token bridge to move stuff between Cardano, Polygon, and Base apparently is a first step into a book swapping system. And I think the first application of that would be all those books on Ethereum and Polygon, which had this vulnerability in the smart contract and cannot be traded at the moment. Probably they will finally do the swap based on the bridge. So little bit of foreshadowing here. No dates, but it's nice to see how the bridge was not only a one-time thing, but something they can leverage for swapping books or other assets later. So it looks like the technical team is still very busy, even after the token bridge is released. And finally, we had this presentation from Josh. It's basically the presentation he had to do at Rare Evo, but that was kind of hijacked by Charles Hoskinson. So he basically redid it, in front of his computer, walks you through it. I would say it's nothing very new. If you watch the Rare Evo one, if you're familiar with stuff, nothing too crazy in there. But if you didn't watch the one at Rare Evo, then this one will talk more about stuff, the history of media, and so on. Alright, then, it's not over yet. I just want to go to Discord for a second, because I see a lot of questions lately, hard questions, and I don't consider them FUD, just people have relevant questions. And one of them was like, why the hell is the e-reader not on par with other e-readers? I'm in a very bad position to judge because I didn't read ebooks before Book.io, so I cannot really compare. But apparently, the Stuff.io, the Book.io apps are not there yet. And people are asking, like, how come? Because there are probably many open source libraries to build readers. And Nacho replied here, and I want to read that quickly. So what he's saying is basically, hey, we put in over 80 hours of work a week, sacrificing family time and health because they are so passionate. And I just want to pause here. It's okay to ask questions. Always welcome. It's good to be challenged. That's what pushes the team forward. At the same time, I want people to be mindful of all the work that goes behind. There's a way to ask questions, like a respectful way, and it's usually the case. But you have to think that, hey, you're like, hey, when is my airdrop? When will the app be updated? When blah blah blah. You have people working their asses off, probably like none of us ever worked. I've never done 80 hours a week. So they work super hard all the time, as fast as they can. They have really brilliant people on board. So you'll be hard pressed to set up a better team to do the same work faster. So you have all those people, and I just want to say that when you ask questions or when you become impatient, just remember that they're really working as hard as they can. And if I was working hard and someone like entitled would come to me, I would lose it. I would lose it. So I just want people to have a bit of respect and acknowledgement for the work, and be patient. Now let's go back to the message. So basically explains that yep, e-readers have been around forever. They're using Calibrio code base, but the thing is that it's not ebooks they're doing, it's DAs. So there's a lot of new things to take into consideration, new things to build that just don't exist at the moment. Then he dropped a bit of alpha, saying that in discussions with a major publisher, major, is it Big Five? Is it Penguin Random House? I don't know, but okay, good to know. And one thing they wanted was enhanced security for DAs on devices. That's interesting. Like the first DA wasn't good enough somehow. I wonder what they wanted. My guess is the offline support. That must be quite a headache. Offline support is supposed to come in the next major mobile update. And how do you do it? Hey, I download the book on my device. Because that's what happens. You download the whole book on your device, so you can access it offline. But then if you never connect your device to the internet, do you keep the book forever? I wonder how they will solve those challenges. So maybe that's what the publisher wanted to get some reassurance about. And they say it's a crucial step in getting access to the extensive library. So we can think here, major publisher, are we talking millions of books? Could very well be. Then he explains that, hey, the Stuff app, it's not only ebooks, it's audiobooks, videos, music. So it's not just an e-reader off the shelf. So just wanted to point that out, and I think also Jason came on top of this. So just to add this, we are over 900 patents and patents pending. The tech team is literally inventing this stuff as they go. 900. I wouldn't even be able to come up with 20 of what they did. So there's so much in the background that we have no idea. And that is super important because they need to protect themselves. I know people are asking for the SDK, they want to build their own e-reader, and it's on the roadmap. The teams that they would do it, but at the same time, it's their intellectual property for now, and they're still in the phase where they scale up. Imagine they release an SDK and then a bigger player just picks it up and they do everything themselves. They wouldn't do the DA part, they would just do the decrypting part. But I understand the company needs to protect itself. And I understand Cardano especially is all about open source and decentralization. I understand where those concerns come from. I just think, it's a fine balance between protecting the company so it can survive and giving away the keys in a sense so that the tech can survive. And it's probably not easy to do. I'm optimistic that we will get there in a few years. It doesn't have to be now, in my opinion. Now we need to have a killer app, because Web2 people, they don't care if it's decentralized or not. They care that, hey, I own my book, I earn surf token, I can sell my book. The experience is the same as the other apps I'm used to. So, all those patents is a way to protect the company, and then maybe they will open it up. And there was one last message about this topic from Zanji, who's been saying that Booker is the most in-house tools post-production plugins I've ever written for one company. He's been doing that for 18 years. It's his best work. He can confidently say that this production line is probably one of the fastest when it comes to the art side of things. Zanji, if you didn't watch his talk during the BookCon, he's a guy who worked for Netflix. He worked on shows like Ancient Aliens and others. He was someone who was working 18 hours a day. And now he's one with a, what's the word? Fusion engineer, something like this. Where he basically writes all these plugins, all this code to automate the art production. So he has something that, for instance, will read the whole book, understand what are the key moments, the key characters, and translate that into prompts that can be fed to Midjourney or Stable Diffusion or whatever generative AI tool. So this is the kind of people you have on the team. You have to realize it's not a crypto bros, let's do something, let's disrupt the world. No, it's people who come from the book publishing industry, from the entertainment industry, and they already built apps like that and plugins like that, and now they're doing it to disrupt a whole industry, and they're super driven, super passionate. I don't know how you cannot be bullish on those people. And that's also why I guess I'm asking for some compassion when some things may take time and it's not super organized. Like what they are building is massive, and it's gonna take years still. We're still early. So yep, that's what it is. And now to give another shout out, I want to talk about a website called whogivesstuff.com. Just give me a sec. Yep, we are back. Good. So yeah, whogivesstuff.com. This is a community-based website. Think of it as a kind of social media / forum. Very old school, you can see here. So what's the point of this? Basically, the idea was by Tall New Pinks, our OG resident, who thought, well, we need a place to onboard the masses. And, the masses, Discord, now that's more gamer stuff or crypto guy stuff. So he decided to set up this website where you have a lot of information to help you get settled. I have an account there. And yeah, you have some resources, some links, useful links. They even have a help section still needs to be fleshed out. I think most of it comes from the book knowledge base, but hey, we can give them time or give them a hand to write those out. But I wanted to give them a shout out because this forum style is very, I would say 2008, but it's good. It's good because Discord, you get scammed, whatever, it's hectic, people are talking all the time, you have emojis, GIFs, so many channels. Here, it's much easier. Book.io, Stuff.io, some forums, and yeah, all cool. You can post about something. So I did something about Charles token. This is my take on it. Because, well, on the Stuff Discord, I don't want to chill. Sorry, not to chill, but to chill anything. No, I don't want to influence people too much. But here, where I'm more independent on this website, I'm just a community member, then I can express maybe a bit more of my thoughts. So feel free to jump in, create an account. It's Web2 style, email address, password. Then you can even connect your wallet later if you want. But I think it's an awesome initiative, and it's important to stress that it is community driven. Hey, you who watches this video, you want the price to go up? Do this. May not be in your skills, in your skill set, I understand, but there's probably something you can do. Even if it's just reposting on X, or writing something on X, or going to Reddit, or going there, or helping people out in Discord, there's something that every member of the community can do. So be active. Shout out to Don Upings for creating this. I encourage everyone to get on it. It's an important part to support the masses coming in. We had this meet with Queen Loftis a few weeks back, and I think only one person came from Web 2 to Web 3. And I mean, it's great because she bought more books, I saw. So she got into it, and that's heartwarming. But probably a lot of people will not bother about Discord. But maybe a place like that will be more to their, what they're more used to. Something a bit easier to navigate. So please go in there, whogivesstuff.com, create your profile, and let's also interact there, and maybe share the link when we see people from Web 2 and so on. Maybe try to make this platform live as well. Okay, and now for the very last bit. Well, the video wouldn't be complete without talking about the Stuff token. Looks like the bottom was here at 1 cent. We are coming back up to 1.3, which was kind of a resistance, now being flipped to support area, it seems. Look, on the 7 days, plus 3%. This is the Stuff USD chart. So as ADA goes up, so does the Stuff token. So let's put it on the 1 day. Yep. So yeah, 1.3 cent, very good. Still not much utility. Let's hope for that. Would be cool if the Charles token could be bought with Stuff token. Maybe an interesting opportunity here. And on the 7 day, yeah, pretty stable. But what's pretty cool though is the number of holders. Last time I did the video, I think it was 10,300 something. So we got at least 100 or maybe 200 more. That's positive. Means that people are taking advantage of these lower prices. Well, waiting for utility, I think that will be the catalyst. Waiting on About Stuff episode 2, hopefully an airdrop. Episode 3 maybe to be bought with stuff. They said they're in talk with a major music label, a major publisher. When these will drop, maybe it will be a catalyst. And let's not forget Token Bridge, which created the EVM version of the token, which may help with being listed on a centralized exchange, like Coinbase. So a lot of, I would say, potential things that could act as price catalysts. and well, no real dates on those, so I don't expect much price action. The Bibles also have been going down. Yep, looks like it's kind of a lull, which is really funny because Token Bridge was huge for what it will unlock. I guess people are just maybe shifting their asset allocation around. There are new things pumping up now, like CBLP from YAM4, a lending protocol. So maybe that's what people are chasing. I don't know. On my end, as always, I have my bag, just waiting. It's gonna take years, so be ready for it. Years. But hey, better to get it now, be set, and then forget about it, and be like those guys who find out, 5 years later that their Bitcoin is now worth millions. I mean, I'm not saying that Stuff token will go that high, but hey, you remember 2024 mass adoption goals. Marketplace supposed to be here. Consume to earn is supposed to be here. Marketplace. Well, a lot of things that that could add more utility to the token. Maybe the marketplace will accept the Stuff token. There'll be more books, more assets we can buy with it. And anyway, we will earn the token, and just that may actually have an effect of people coming from outside. Look at all those X to earn things you have, like walk to earn, cycle to earn, raid to earn. So people love that. Play to earn, obviously. So they will come in and say, hey, I can earn something for reading. I'm gonna buy those super cheap books that people are paper handing, and I'm gonna earn. And at the beginning, when the user base will be small, might be worth it, might be enticing. After that, might be hard to get a lot of tokens, but the more people hold, maybe the higher the price goes. I don't know, but consume to earn will definitely be a catalyst, and it was planned for this year. We are August 25th. 4 months to go until Christmas. So just enjoy. If we get a bit of ADA pumping as well, that should reflect here. So yeah, that's where we are. Patience is key. The thesis didn't change, so it's all good. Okay, and I think I will end this one take video on that. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for catching up. Next video next weekend, most likely. Hopefully more news. I was supposed to hear about Charles token this week. Didn't happen. Maybe next week we'll get the space, learn more about it. And maybe people are selling their Bibles now to go hard on Charles. Hey, who knows? Alright, let's cut it here. Thank you very much for watching. Take care, and I'll see you next week.